A sweltering afternoon on August 28, 1919, the trial of Graham Stone for the alleged murder of Private Frank Summers begins.
Mullen presiding.
2 years previously, the town of Commonwealth had been threatened by the deadly Spanish flu. The mayor of Commonwealth, Mr. Charles Worthy, put the town under a reverse quarantine to prevent the flu from reaching its residents.
My town, Commonwealth, was cut off from the rest of the world, so we have a good chance at evading the flu. So I wanted to make sure that my town wasn't affected by the flu, so I quarantined my entire town to ensure that.
Many residents offered to guard the town, including Mr. Stone. 2 soldiers were said to have approached the town. Stone was said to have shot and killed 1 soldier. The second soldier, Frank Summers, was allowed inside by Graham's younger friend, Philip Worthy. Fearing the possibility of the flu inside of Summers, the town quarantined both Summers and Philip, who had close contact with Summers, for 2 days inside a storage shed. After a visit from the American Protective League, the town grew suspicious of Summers, wondering if he was a spy. Instead of releasing Summers after the prescribed 2 days, the town restrained him in chains in the shed. One night, Summers disappeared. Did he escape? What caused his disappearance? Which brings us back to the case. According to Philip's testimony, he didn't show any symptoms of the flu after contact with Frank. Frank's behavior and conversations between the two were not completely unusual. He added that he found the scene with the blood and the picture of Frank's girlfriend strange. He knew that Graham did not like Frank Summers due to the belief that Summers held the flu. When Philip stated that Graham had shot and killed another soldier, the defense objected by saying that the killing was an unrelated case. The judge overruled the objection. Next to testify was Mo. According to Mo, Stone had created a plan for Frank Summers to escape. Stone asked Mo to create a hole in the back of the storage shed. Mo lent Stone a horse and Frank would get a, quote, head start on the escape. Mo noticed blood on the reins of the horse and on Stone's hand. He ended his testimony by stating that he didn't see any blood when Stone proposed the plan. Oswald Avery was an expert witness in this case. He stated that he did not find any indication of the flu in his testing of the blood from the crime scene. However, the defense tried to disprove his credibility by showing that he lacked the traditional degrees for his career and that he didn't win a Nobel Prize in the Avery MacLeod-McCarthy experiment. Avery eventually admitted his inexperience. Amelia, Stone's wife, testified against Mr. Stone. She agreed that Mr. Stone's behavior and actions were unusual the night he left their house. He had a, quote, sudden desire to see Mo. He was secretive about his activities of the evening. Amelia also recounted witnessing an argument where Stone was accused of being a murderer. She said that he later admitted that he murdered Summers when she questioned him about the rumors. The defense asked why she was testifying against her own husband, but the prosecution objected, saying that she was willingly testifying against him and the reason she was there didn't apply to the case.
Ever since the quarantine started, he started to get more, as I would say, quieter, not telling me as much that goes on, especially after one night he left to go do something with Mo or something, and ever since that night he's been really quiet with me.
Jared Rankle was the next witness questioned by the prosecution. He said that he was on guard duty when he saw Stone. He expected Deacon, not. He also said that he noticed Stone's unusual fatigue and the dried blood on Stone's hand. Stone's excuse to Rankle for the blood was that Stone injured himself while cutting firewood in his old age. The prosecution found the reason odd since Stone was 25 years old. Rankle added that Stone's excuse for switching positions with Deacon was that he believed that Deacon was tired. Rankle was concerned that Deacon developed the flu, but when asked, Deacon said that he didn't.
Can you tell me how old Mr. Stone is?
When Ranko was questioned by the prosecution again, he confirmed that the mill was shut down and that Graham was the last person at the crime scene.
Was there anything else odd about Mr. Stone?
Charles Worthy, the mayor of Commonwealth, was questioned next. He agreed that Philip had changed after being affected with the flu and that anything Philip said was not credible. Worthy also stated that Mr. Stone was a credible and hardworking man and that Stone believed in doing the right thing. When questioned by the prosecution, Worthy confirmed that Stone had murdered the first soldier, who was believed to be sick. Worthy proved that Stone would murder to protect his town. Victor Vaughn was the second expert witness in the case. To the defense, he stated that a change in mental state was a symptom of the flu and that it was possible that Philip altered his conversations. During the questioning by the prosecution, Vaughn explained that hard coughing was another symptom of the flu. The prosecution, recalling Charles Worthy's statement that Graham murdered the first soldier, said that the first soldier coughed normally and that Graham may have killed an innocent person. Since Graham killed an innocent person, they reasoned, why wouldn't he kill Frank Summers? The prosecution then asked Vaughn how he knew that only men in the prime of their lives were most stricken by the flu, when his only patients were men in the military. The defense objected by saying that there were young men in the military. Graham Stone was called up to the stand. He stated that he was guarding at the time of the murder and that he was on duty because he wanted to release Frank Summers. He said that when he arrived at the scene, he found broken chains and a hole in the wall, and both were evidence that Summers escaped. Stone added that he fell, causing his hand to bleed. The defense agreed that accidents were natural. The prosecution asked if Stone disliked Summers to the point of murdering Summers, but Stone said that he wouldn't murder Summers. Stone confirmed that he relieved Deacon of his guard duty to release Summers. When asked if he carried weapons, Stone replied that he was a lumberjack. The prosecution displayed a shovel that they said was found at the burial site of Summers and asked Stone if this shovel belonged to him. The defense objected by saying that there was no evidence that Stone owned the shovel. They found it strange for a lumberjack to hold a shovel. The prosecution replied that the holding of the shovel was exactly what they were wondering about. Stone's questioning ended when he was asked if he informed anyone of the disappearance, and he replied that he did not.
Was found dead. And it is believed to belong to you, Mr. Stone. Do you not deny that the shovel
Objection.
belongs to you?
There is no evidence that it belongs to him. Would you please elaborate?
Well,
Why would a lumberjack have a shovel with him?
that is exactly what my
Deacon was questioned after Stone. When questioned by the defense, he confirmed that he was very religious and careful to choose his friends. He agreed that Stone was a good companion who kindly took over the guard post. When asked about his opinion on Frank Summers, Deacon informed the court of the rumor that Summers was a spy.
Well, so you choose your friends very carefully.
I switched positions with Graham because I was really tired, and that position of taking care of the soldier is really tiring. You just have to stand there and make sure he doesn't go outside, and it's really tiring.